Well, now that was peculiar. Everything died on me. Computer went to blue screen. Well, it doesn't happen too terribly often, thankfully. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Alright, so the stream is active over there. What about over here? It says it's unstable. Okay, so it's unstable over here. What about the last of these? Operational. Okay, that is good. Hopefully it stays that way. All right. No idea as to the cause. Could be the new setup for the restream. Could be that my computer was just outdated and decided to crash on me. Could be an update that Windows did. Could be an update that Epic did. Big mystery. How am I feeling? Well, greetings, Striker. Well, besides having the computer die on me there for a moment, I'm feeling better. My voice is not 100% yet, but it is better than it was for the last few days. How are you doing, sir? We're not going to be going on for too terribly long tonight. I was thinking about doing some some art. I have to update the font, but I think we're going to do that tomorrow instead. I'm going to try and limit my stories, or at least, well, you guys know it. Trying, in the sense that I'm going to resist telling stories to begin with, and then I'll probably cave and start telling stories without end. Par for the course. Hey there, Ghosty. All gravy over here. Gravy, huh? So I'm guessing there was a great feast and you had potatoes. Why's Discord not opening? Odd. Let's try that again. Kind of strange those things carry around ammo and shields with them. Discord is really acting weird. Maybe it was Discord that crashed the computer. Find out soon enough. Restarting it again. See if it'll fix things. There we go. Up and operational again. A lot of these stupid ghosts around here. Good thing they are fragile to ammunition. Very logical. So I did a new setup for Restream. So Restream has caused me quite a few problems in relation to Rumble. Well, lo and behold, as of like last week or something like that, they finally fixed it. Well, supposedly fixed it to where you can now monitor Rumble from Restream. That means I don't have to monitor both Twitch and Rumble. I can just do Rumble. Kinetic Blade. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yeah. Oh, I like this blade. I don't know if it's going to be better than the previous one, but it's still very good. Hopefully they didn't get rid of... No, I did see the other one, so that means we have 2 swords on the map. Okay, know how to destroy a thing now, but I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I don't really have any good gear for doing that. So we'll just let it be. Maybe someone can pop in to carry the conversation workload. I'm all ears for that. Ooh, you travel far. That's like what it used to be, you know, back in the day before they nerfed it. But now, oh wow, that takes out a ton of damage on that. Oh man, that's obnoxious. Too bad you can't find like a blacksmith area and fix your blade. So I gotta make sure not to use this for travel as much as possible. I think you can only use it 20 minutes. 20 times. 20 times, my bad. Greetings there, Bastion. How are you doing? $20 times. That's really annoying. Oh no. Poor fella. There we go. Good, just a bit chilly. Chilly. So Riker is gravy and Bastion is chili. Together you have a full meal there. I'm not looking forward to how quickly this blade seems to be disintegrating. Oh, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, you know, you could go over to LA. I hear it's, you know, quite the hot place to be around right now. Do you get any of the smoke from over there right now, or is it all going out to sea? Fancy stunts. You know, this reminds me a little bit of back in the day when 2 years ago when I had several illnesses kind of back to back, and I did a couple of silent streams. Those were, I was really sick back then. That was like an illness that it felt like murder to have to deal with that. This one's so mild by comparison. I'm so grateful. Oh, good. Second sword. Yeah, there we go. Carrying 2 blades. Just like Zoro. Now I just need a third. Oh, is that what they're doing? Are they preparing for One Piece? I haven't seen any fires near here for about a month. I do live about 4 hours away from the fires. Well, make sure to fill your swimming pool. And if you don't have a swimming pool, go get yourself a kiddie pool. Get back here, you car. Where'd he go? Automobile. Hello. Oh, there's 2 of you. Fancy that. Whoop-de-doo. Where'd I put my bike? Upgrade. Into the storm with ye. Come on, there we go. Lovely. Demon Slayer anime seems to be the next collab for the season because of the demons and the masks. Ooh, dandy. Or we could get a giant monkey and lizard. It reminds me of a stupid puppet video. It came out some time back. Absolutely hilarious. Greetings there, Pantheon. I am Master Pantheon 3D. How are you doing, sir? I realized that the restream didn't update the titles appropriately for these for this stream today. We're going to be doing just some Fortnite for tonight. I'm not going to do the font tonight. We do have a font that needs to be finished tomorrow. So we'll be sure to take some time for that. It'll take about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to actually finish. Should be fun. I got the tablet all set up, ready to sketch out some of the letters. And we're just updating the previous font. We're not building a whole new one. I'm coming off of an illness. Illness did kind of put me out for a while. But it's better. Well, this sword is definitely better for eliminations like that, but the other one's better for travel across large distances with that ability to fly. By the way, this is also the first week in this new schedule. We are not doing daytime streams. I wanted to be able to continue doing some sort of daytime streams. They're not going to happen for a while. Not until something changes. There's only one thing that would prompt me to do that again, and I don't know when that is going to probably happen. But at least until later on this summer, we're going to be doing primarily evening streams again. So for those that watch it during the evenings, I much appreciate it. For those that watch during the daytime, thank you for stopping by. And feel free to comment just to mention that you were there during that time frame. Bought a new 3D printer today. You got to whip up some dinosaur models for me so I can make Lauren's nephew some toys. You know, I actually have some. I actually have some custom-made ones for you. I think I just have 2, but I do have you some. I made them for a project a while back, and that project is over and done. But I still have them. I might even be able to put in a joint or 2. Make them a little bit more sturdy, because we had a problem with one of them. That should be interesting. What is the model? Shoot. Come on, come back. No, it's not good. Golly. Shoot. Blast. It's gonna take a while to get the hang of that sword again. Especially with how few shots you can use. I can't feel like I can use it constantly, which is quite irritating. Because you can't just pick up ammo for it. Not like the other weapons. Your weapon literally is gone if you don't use it appropriately. Thinking of stopping art. Oh, that's unfortunate. What is the cause of this, Pantheon? It's a Creality Ender 3 Max Neo. Nothing super fancy, but it's just for gags, and I got it for cheap. Hey, that works out pretty good. Greetings, BR Jason. How are you doing, sir? Right now, let me double check the Rumble stream and the Twitch stream. We had a whole new setup that's causing a couple of problems, so I just wanted to double check that they were still operational. So during this, one of the problems I find with illnesses nowadays, for me at least, they're not nearly as... I used to be able to do work of some kind when I was ill. I can't do that anymore. I've become so tired. Maybe that's for the best, because I do heal from them a lot faster than I used to. But it is aggravating, though, that I feel like I can do absolutely nothing during the times of being ill. But while I was ill, I got an idea. Oh, interesting. The chat doesn't actually bring in stuff from Rumble. Why? Let me turn on chat settings, see if there's anything here that I need to change. Not that I can see. So, it looks like I'm stuck to still having all windows up. Okay, well, maybe that's something they are going to have to fix on their end before long. We'll see. So I did get an idea. I made a note of it, and hopefully I'll be able to get a lot of it figured out tomorrow. Oh, dang, I did not land properly. He's going to get the sword first. Unless he doesn't know where to look. Oh, that was close. Very close. He went through the wrong side. So here's the idea, is to build up the print collection for Silverado. And it's taking an idea that I have been working on and trying to add a little bit of a twist to it. There's always something to be, I'm always trying to find something new to be able to experiment with in terms, oh, just... Oh no, it is running. So the print idea will go to Silverado directly. There we go. But I want to make it something where I add it to the non-Silverado store idea. And then so that means people can get it through either purchasing it or through their channel points. Greetings, Wolfie. How are you doing, sir? Here, placement for this. So with one of the benefits of having Silverado the way that it is, because I've always stressed ever since I started these streams. I didn't want people to feel like that there was ever a paywall. I never want people to feel that. Because I saw people abuse that sort of concept constantly. So I always wanted there to be a way for people to get stuff. And I've been working on several ideas over this last year to try and build that area up. And the first big thing is almost ready. I'm in the process of finishing up and refining it. And it's going to be a preliminary thing. If it does well, if people like it, I'm going to take it to the next level. If people just think it's nice, well, then we'll kind of just tone it back, kind of like some other things, and like, well, it was fun for the time. It might make a comeback, but yeah, you never know. I got to try and take this as wisely as possible. But it will be the next thing that comes out after the shirts that I've been mentioning about for a while. Of which I started putting together the final pieces of wood, and I got one more day I need to probably work on this before it's good to go. And then I got to test it. And if it doesn't work, well, we'll cross that bridge when that happens. Oh, kinetic blade. Perfect. All right, dual wielding. Wait. Hokey smokes, Bullwinkle. Forget that. Ho ho. The enemy's in trouble now. So, with one of the things I love about what Silverado allows, and for those that don't know, which I think everyone here knows, but in case you're watching this later on, you have no idea, it's our internal redeem system. So you have channel points, they get converted, you can be able to then get free stuff for it, or impact the stream's music, sound effects, and I have a whole update that I've been working on in the background that will be coming out. And we're going to have something new, okay? While I'm on the idea of Silverado. Actually, no, I'll tell you about this in just a moment, because this is going to be there's something else coming out very soon. But so for Silverado, it allows me to test ideas. And if people like it, then wonderful. If they don't, then it was still fun to try and do. And I don't feel like I'm captive to try and see it through to kind of financial ruin, like some other options out there. Like if you try and make a partnership with a group to try and do merch, they gouge something fierce. I've seen how much they gouge. It is ridiculous. Hope that's someone else. Okay. Uh-oh. What the? Someone behind me. Dang it. I knew I should have kept moving. The guy looked up there for a reason. So it gives me the chance to experiment with unique things. Now, I'll have a couple of samples for you guys of some of the new things you can get, or some of the old things as well. I'm going to have some physical items so you can actually see what they are. But I don't have them right here. I need to go over to the printer to be able to finalize some of them. And then, of course, we'll have the shirts soon enough. But anyway, there's something new coming out. And this is a small update. Because right now we have sound effects you can be able to use. I mean, they're interesting. They're not super used, but that's part of ease of use, honestly. And it's part of the small group that we have for this. But it still solves problems. But we're going to have another thing, and this is going to be fun to do because this makes audience involvement for some of these things. Now, For those who have been around for a long time, you know that I like a good meme. We had some memes during a Jeff Reacts stream a while back. It was hilarious. I love some of the ones that came out. But we're going to have a meme submission area. And in Silverado, when you do a meme submission area, you'll then have the chance during stream to vote what is the best meme. And then you'll also be able to have memes with sound effects appear and at random times throughout the stream whenever you want. And by voting on it, you can make them appear or whatnot. This has actually very important implications for some of the other activities that are going to come out. This is going to be the first audience interaction activity. So rather than just doing a sound effect, this is about making it into a game of some kind. So people get to submit it, they get to stay on a theme or do their own. My memes submit to No Man. Your own brand of free-range fermented whale blubber. I think that people should probably avoid the whale blubber, for health reasons. That stuff's kind of dangerous. How should we... if that's the best way to put it. I mean, by all means, feel free to sample it. If you can find a legal sample you can get. Man, that smell was awful. I didn't try it. I did not try it. But I smelled it. And I watched as people, about 200 people, sampled it. And then their face started to turn green. And you could see them leaving the room. It's like, yep. That's why I didn't try it. But people that have tried it apparently really, really like it. So it's just a very narrow group of people I'd probably enjoy it. Probably the same type of people that would enjoy pickled calves foot jelly. Wait, there's still presents around here? Yeah, interesting. Whatever you've been pretending, that whale blubber is bad forever. We all know it, so you can have it all for yourself. Yeah, well, I'll keep that whale blubber at a safe distance from myself. No need to consume poison when you don't need it. The wholesaler that I bought my shirts from has begun selling custom iron on logos. Not very expensive either. Should the screen printing not work out, this might be a good way to go. So I'm a stubborn guy, and I want this to work because I want desperately to do something where it is I feel like I have full control over the product. And this seems like a good opportunity to experiment. But the iron-on stuff will probably fit well with the next project. And that is actually something that, once this is all said and done, I'll start preparing for that next project. That is good to know. I plan on trying them out this week. Check their quality. If it works out well, you can probably make shirts for about $7 a piece. If they stick well, then I'm all for it. I'm still gonna keep trying to piece this thing together because it actually has another feature that is pretty cool. We'll figure that part out though when the screen is actually working, which by the way, I came across a neat tutorial that showed about how to get the most out of the whole process. And one of the things that I did not realize at first is that it's the exact same system that you use for some other mass printing options, including some types of newspaper sort of stuff. And I was like, ooh, now that gets interesting because I have the block printing as well. So if I could figure out a way how to merge those two together, then that could be a really handy thing to have as a reliable backup. Because a lot of the things I've tried to purchase that's related to print, it doesn't turn out so well. So like I'll go down to the local print shop, and they only have certain options, and their print quality always feels too much like a computer. And there's some things I want to feel a little bit more old world. And now this is where it's like having a block printer that you'd be able to make old-fashioned looking documents. That's something I've wanted to do for a long time. And after the test from a few weeks back, I realized, this is actually doable. And suddenly that whole desire want to try that out has now been rekindled. Yeah, you guys know by now, I like to experiment and try and bite off more than I can chew. Yeah. Oh well. Screen printing is a better option. It's cheaper and super easy to do. Yeah, once I get this thing all set up, then I'll be able to do multi-color printing as well. That's the neat thing about this system, is that I have the ability now, once this is set up, to actually line it up so I can do multiple screens and get I get as many colors as I want. I'm thinking this will be pretty nice when it's all said and done. It just takes a little while to make sure all the parts are like lined up, because my machining skills are not very good. I need to get better. Uh-oh, that's the enemy. Oh, that was close. Try and use a blade against me, would ya? Old World printed t-shirts. I saw these Old World printed t-shirts before. They're pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. And you have a mixture of screen and block print. Well, we've already started the block printing process, and I kind of got that figured out. I got to get myself a better tool for it, though. But either way, the whole concept has been figured out. Just need to experiment with it a little bit. This should be good. Someone's here. We're getting away from your buddy back there. Okay, fine. Get your own car. Well, we got a convoy now. So old world screen printing and block printing. I've never wanted to feel like I was captive to the print companies that are spending so much time and money trying to prevent me from making cheap prints. Nowadays, it has gotten so ludicrous What the? Oh, something's weird. Something is very weird. That was weird. Bounce back. Over the falls. Come chase after me, would you? Yeah, nice weapon. Not one I can use, but, you know, nice all the same. Stream is lagging with a game. Thanks for the heads up on that. Let me double check some things around here. Limit that. And this could be related, honestly, to the weather that we're having. We do have some pretty strong winds going on right now. What is the frame rate that you're getting? Because right now I'm looking at a preview and it's showing standard 30 frames per second. This is for the 2 health. Perfect. So old world printing and the next project afterwards, old world book binding. That is something I've wanted to do ever since I was in my early teenage years. I first figured out how this stuff happens. I just didn't have the resources or the experience to pull it off. Now I have both. And so I really, 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 really want to try and make this work. All these things will make it pretty interesting for some of the items you'll see on Silverado. What the? Greetings, Sir Bastion. How are you? Yeah, still a quack, I see. Come back. Where'd you fall? Oh no. Oh, you're over there, huh? Well, we can solve that. I think that's where I'm going. Now I just did that to watch you from over here. Be careful. The dark underbelly of the bookbinding world has deep roots and dangerous families. Do not cross them. Indeed, B.R. Jason. Indeed. So there's a bookbinder up here in Alaska, and I was actually a couple. I think there's 3 bookbinders I've come across. And they do some really neat, very old world type of bookbinding. And it's so very cool what they've done. And I thought that would make a very neat collectible. Could you imagine a small booklet, old-fashioned booklet that is full of all sorts of neat, either pieces of artwork or a narrative? We have a lot of those things. Over the falls. That villain. So if we were to do the meme thing, I won't say necessarily that it's going to be like a super exciting ordeal, but it's just slowly trying to build up the tool, trying to make it prepared for the future, regardless of what that future is, or if nothing else, make it a pretty neat tool that a couple of people will probably get it used for their own stuff if they so find the need or desire. I don't know how long it would be until that, but if nothing else, I'm slowly trying to get the stuff figured out so I can build up the Castercraft stuff and just get better at coding things like that. But the meme thing should be out maybe next week. Not like exactly next week, but like 2 weeks from now, a week or two from now. Oh, phooey. Leave that guy behind. These lock-on pistols are so overpowered. Where'd he go? I saw him walking around here. Maybe he's in the bush. Yep. Interesting. This thing can track him inside the bush. Huzzah! Interesting. I did not know it did that. Four people left. There we go. I do not have full shield, sadly. Well, shoot, out of range. Come back here, invisible. Oop, messed that up. Where are you? Are you the invisible one? Nope. That didn't go so well. Alright, there's somebody right there. I'm in a good position. No need to budge. Unless someone was trying to snipe me, which is very possible. Come back here. Come back and fight, you coward. I mean, he's being intelligent, so I don't know if he's really a coward. Oh! One other guy. One last man. Hello. Oh no. Golly. Close one, close one, close one. Close, 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 close. Where did he go? Mr. Invisible. Darn it. Missed him. Oh, no. Ooh, golly, that was close. Dang nabbit. If only I could see him. He's a coward, I checked. That was... Man, that was close. I should have started off with the lock-on pistol. When I saw him down below, I was too afraid of the storm. That would have evened things out a little bit. By the way, we got a fancy little item from Bastion earlier today. Blizzard winds. Very fitting for Alaska, which is, surprisingly enough, actually fairly warm right now. I blame the fires in California. Actually, no, it's a polar vortex that is moving down the East Coast. And as a result, the East Coast and central U.S. are going to be freezing cold, while Alaska receives a bunch of warm air. For those that understand kind of fluid dynamics, you know that as warm moves out, cold is going to fill in its place. Same thing can work in reverse. If the cold moves out, the warm replaces it. So I feel like we're going to have a warm spell for a little while. And then it's going to go back into freezing cold winter, hopefully. But right now it is slick as everything outside has become a giant ice skating rink. And that's not something you really want to get stuck on. I went out to the car while I was sick to get something from there. And on my way back from the car, I got stuck in the middle of the parking lot. And I had no traction. I had no ability to get back to the house. And I had no ability to go anywhere else but downhill. So it took me a while, about 5 minutes of standing out there in the middle of the of the parking lot, trying to figure out how to move forward rather than have to potentially get in an even worse position further downhill. And after a while, I finally figured out a area where I could get enough traction to put my boots into the area, and I had a little bit of leverage. It was like a 2 areas of ice where it was like they had bundled up as snow and it just melted down. So it was just a slight little hill, you could say, you could barely see it, but your foot could feel the traction there. And it was just enough to finally get up and over the small hill that I was stuck on. Heat thieves. I think that they're cold thieves. And if so, I think that makes it a cold case. Yeah? Yar, here in Virginia, it's 15 degrees and we got 6 inches of snow. You guys got our snow, huh? Right now it is 39, 40 something outside. Very warm. Give us our snow back. It wasn't meant for ye, it was meant for us. Oh, the hideous monstrosity. Oh, come on. I was taken out by abominations. Abominations to the art world. Villains. You know, I truly cannot stand that sort of artwork. I'm so glad that trends seem to be changing and people are less likely to see it as artistic. So many people for so long were just like, yeah, it's art. You need to stop being such a big nuisance about it. Like, no, that's not art. That's hideous. Ugh. I am disgusted. How dare they get victorious? Woodblock print of Night Rose. Fancy. I want the actual wood print though. Very unique attire. Demon dog. City in Los Angeles. By the way, expect these fires in Los Angeles to probably breed a lot of animosity. Right now we're in a nation of plenty. We're not really feeling too much harm by this damage. I mean, sure, people have lost homes, but the nation itself is not feeling the harm the way that past generations would have felt. But it is getting pretty bad. And the more devastation that happens to the country, whether it's hurricanes, fires, it's going to create tension. I'm a bit concerned with where tension is going to take us. Now, over in California, I've seen the footage of the people lighting fires. I expect we're going to see a lot of people snap. Because when they find out that their homes burned down because some criminals wanted to rob them, if that is where the majority of these fires are happening, like rumor has it, I mean, the footage is out there of people lighting the fires. Whether or not they've all happened as a result of that is up for debate, but I suspect California is going to have a pretty big shift in the way that they deal with some of these things. In Haz's Beer Jason, we've been getting angry at these fires for some time, and maybe, just maybe, these people here who disagree with everything their politicians push will finally stop voting for them. The arson is only part of the issue, a very, very bad part. Yeah, the amount of waste that has happened for water. I mean, I live in a place where there's 3 million bodies of water here in Alaska. And we still have fires, but there's always water at every turn around the state. We're one of the most heavily saturated reservoirs of water in the world. And it's clean water for the most part. But what you guys have down there, man, So utterly wasteful how that management has happened. It's a real shame. I mean, you guys used to have one of the biggest lakes in the country, let alone the world. And all that disappeared within within generational memory. Everybody is willing to overlook things and let it be water under the bridge until it hurts them personally. And then that's usually when people get radicalized. The goal is to make sure that when you come to the realization of a truth, that you don't allow it to make you radicalized, lest you lose yourself in your anger.
So I shouldn't be mad at Light if she steals my chocolates.
No, Bastion, because she's technically getting rid of temptation, and you should actually be very thankful. Light is sacrificing a lot to get rid of the chocolates.
Those were Christmas chocolates, so...
Hey, just because they have candy canes and Santa Claus on them doesn't mean that they're somehow better for you.
Well, it was given by family.
Well, maybe your family's trying to poison you with sugar. Maybe she's trying to save you. She realizes that there was some animosity, and they were trying to make sure that you became the fat little child in Willy Wonka. And Light came in to save the day. I mean, isn't that worth like giving her a medal or something?
But then she would become that.
Well,
so I would be saving her.
Well, that I guess that is the case. But see, you can't say that she's causing problems. You have to say you have to save her from her bad decisions.
Well, she's already stolen a lot from me.
Okay. And how often does this happen? Does she steal stuff from me?
Quite often. I just try not to talk about the stuff I have, or else she steals it.
Well, that's a real shame, you know. Being a kleptomaniac is nothing to joke about. It's some people call it a condition. I say it's a
not really kleptomaniac. It's like a snackomaniac.
It's a snackle maniac. Oh, so she takes things that are edible. So if you suddenly received a block of fine cheese, like a mouse, she will come and take that cheese in a moment. If you blink, it's gone. Yeah. Well, and that is a problem. You might definitely want to talk to a counselor of some kind, see if they can be able to help with breaking her of that sort of habit.
No, she's also competitive. So she'll probably fight the counselor. Well,
just make sure that she knows that the counselor's not there to eat her snackies. And that way, she's less likely to blow a gasket over that.
What happens if she starts targeting the counselor? And now that counselor's snacks are gone.
Well, make sure you get a counselor who maybe lives a couple of states away, comes over for the weekend, corrects some of the kleptomaniac elements of Light. Other than that, it all falls upon you, sir. You're going to have to help her understand the dangers of gorging herself on chocolates, especially other people's chocolates. It could be dangerous, honestly. These porta-forts are everywhere. Stop the misinformation, Jeff. Chocolates are not temptation. They're beautiful. Fires are natural in Southern California, but there are a lot of areas that can be done due to migrant and done to mitigate and prevent the damage that has been done. Of Prager University on this, it's accurate though. It skips a point or two. Light will just try to unwrap the metal to see if there's a chocolate in there. Oh no. She'll be sorely disappointed when she realizes that the gold metal that she receives is in fact not chocolate. She'll look at the gold and she won't realize she could buy a fortune's worth of chocolate off of that gold medallion. She'll just be upset it's not chocolate. Light needs the chocolate more. She needs to bulk up. Huzzah. No idea where his friend went, but did he reboot? No, he didn't, because he yeah, that's right, he didn't. Alright, off to the gas station to fuel up on this incredible mobile. And off to the next circle. Irashaimase. Oh, perfect. Kinetic blade. Someone just left it around. Ridiculous. Darn it. Got headshotted. Phooey. You know, it's been theorized that one of the most devastating ways to harm a nation is to burn its forests. People have been theorizing for a long time that it would become a weapon in conflicts, but we've not seen a whole lot of examples of that yet. But we have seen plenty of examples of people mismanaging. If mismanaging were not an issue, we wouldn't have to fear fires the way that we do as a nation. That being said, the chance of the fires in Los Angeles being a type of warfare on its people is incredibly plausible at this point. I want to know what's to be done of the people that do that, of the people who've been caught, of which there are quite a few. What's going to happen to those people? Are they going to be put in jail for a few days, a few years? Are they going to be fined an immense amount of money for every property that's destroyed?
I think they'll just get a medal and say congratulations on the warmth.
Oh, so yeah, I guess they are contributing to that boogeyman of global warming. So I guess they're doing their part. But I did see something interesting.
Warming, it's climate change now.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, they couldn't prove the warming part, so that it's just got to be climate change. Although the majority of us just call that seasons. There was a moment when I found out. Oh, just a second. Oh no. Yep, you're not getting the sword. Phew. Oh no. Shoot. Not you, Spider-Man. You're right. Oh. Dagnabbit. Greetings there, rolling chairs. How are you doing? That's what the Romans did to Jerusalem. They pulled out the trees except for the olive trees, of course. It completely changed it. Man, isn't that interesting? I remember seeing a video where they're like, oh, the Holy Lands were almost like a barren wasteland when the Romans were in charge of it. And I was like, no, it wasn't. There was forests around there. And yet every time you see like footage that is about the Holy Land, they always forget to add in the forest. It's like, come on, folks. It was a paradise in the Mediterranean. But anyway, what you will see with arsonists, sadly, is that they mostly can get away. It's very hard to be able to prove who did what, especially when it's in the middle of the woods. That being said, there are some ways to be able to figure it out, and our nation has far more tracking abilities than we realize. And I suspect there's going to be some major penalties because celebrities got hit this time. There's a video that came out that I don't know the verification of this, but it showed people during the Golden Globe mentioning about things that they thanked for their success. And for the first time that I can ever remember, they did not say God. They instead mocked him, saying, oh yeah, of course no one thanks God in this godless town. That's what the footage showed. And then, days later, fires begin. It's kind of ironic how that happens, because the fires are super bad right now because the wind is going in the wrong direction. It's made things way, way worse. For anyone who is in Los Angeles, you honestly have my immense sympathy and prayers. But I cannot deny that there are some people in LA that I feel kind of like are asking for some of these things. And kind of like up here in Alaska, we have a lot of crime, sadly, and we're paying the price for it. I went to a restaurant just the other day, door shattered, because during the Christmas break they had been robbed. This comes about because we're not willing to clean up our criminal population up here. Even though we have good people up here, we also have a lot of bad people that we are just overlooking and saying, yeah, it's fine if they're mugging each other on the streets. They're not going to cause us problems. And then they do. Surprise, surprise. Sad, honestly. Part of civility is knowing also to look after your neighbor and to care about their well-being. You're not caring about your neighbor if you see somebody robbing your neighbor, mugging him. That's not considered to them. That's not caring. And I hope California wakes up, because they've had to deal with this for a long time. A lot of very messed up people, whether it's in government, whether it's their homeless population, whether it's their immigrants. There's a lot of problems that are being left unresolved. And it's up to them to decide what they want to do with it, about how they're going to navigate this. I know Alaska needs to have a similar sort of reckoning, because I fear what the future will hold if we let this stuff slide much longer. The forests aren't really in danger here. Like I said, it's natural here. Indeed, it requires for some of the trees required for some of the trees to reproduce. It was the ones in the city that caused the main problems due to the windstorm, which we haven't had as bad since 2011. The winds don't just make the fires worse, they actually start them. I'm told there are some celebrities that were hit, so the majority of them were pretty good Christian folks. 95% of the families at the Christian school in Pasadena lost their homes. That was very unfortunate to hear. That was very unfortunate. I did see a couple of people.
I have heard that California has gotten a lot of rain. Probably record-breaking or just a lot. But they let it all flow down the river to the ocean.
Yep.
Didn't utilize it.
Yep, none of the reservoirs were left open. But I saw this a while back of where there were people that were there were some people that were on the street and they were trying to clean up after some of the folks that were burning down the area. And they're chasing after this person who is torching things in 3 separate locations. They're unable to stop it. They can't. Legally. If they did, they would end up in jail. So this person, all they can do is chase after this person, putting out the fires that they're starting. Quite a huge issue. That reminds me of a story that happened up here in Alaska. Now, you guys might remember this story. I think a good portion of the people here have heard the story before. But we were disconnect. Didn't really just... Okay. We're back. Apparently some people didn't want this message to get out there. Surprise, surprise. We're going to give it a moment. We're giving us 2022.
Yeah, I can hear you through Discord.
Well, that means that it is... And it comes back. About forest fires. Man, this is so bad. Connecting and reconnecting. We actually had a problem earlier. It caused the stream to crash at the try and reconnect. It says reconnect successful, but of course it won't be like that. Yeah. We'll figure that out later. would think that though it's since it's going through restream, it wouldn't be. I would think that though it's since it's going through restream, it wouldn't be an issue. If it was an issue, if it was going through like YouTube, it could be an issue. Going through like YouTube, it could be an issue. It looks to me like this is probably not going to work. It looks to me like this is probably not going to work. Well, right now I keep getting the signal says your stream has been lost. Well, right now I keep getting the signal says your stream has been lost. Oh, lost. Oh, your stream is reconnected, yeah. And it keeps going.
Yep. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Might be wrong. Might be wrong. Yeah, it says you went offline. Yeah, it says you went offline.
Well, phooey. Well, phooey.
You feeling better?
Yeah. My computer apparently isn't feeling better.
Yeah.
Oh, did it finally stabilize? No, it didn't. It stabilized a little bit more.
Oh yeah, let me open up your stream again. It's kind of laggy.
Well, it's still working, but
yeah,
at least it's not immediately disconnecting again. So I guess we'll find out. Not talking about anything. Absolutely nothing. Nothing that could cause streams to have problems.
footsteps.
Well done, Bastion. Alright, it seems like the stream is stabilized. It is incredibly stuttering, but it is at least tolerable. So I will say this, folks. My apologies for the